Hello everyone. Today we will learn about self-hosted GitHub Action. Yeah. Okay. So just checking that is it recording or not. Okay. So this is my repository, and normally we use self-hosted GitHub Action for private repositories. So suppose this is my private repository. Okay, as you can see the log. Okay, I click this setting option. Then I came to this runner. Okay, now I click new, posted. Okay, so first we create a directory action hyphen runner. Then we go inside the directory. Then we invoke this command. Okay, so the zip file could be downloaded, and then we execute this command to get hash and validated the hash, and then we add this file system and this path. Okay, so we are doing it basically for Windows at the moment because I have only Windows operating system. Okay, so I already configured all these things. Now I just want to configure this thing and probably it will work. Okay, yeah, it is GitHub is connected now. I just have to set runner group as default. Name of the runner is laptop name, and this will be self-hosted Windows, 64. Okay, this runner is added, and no, I don't want to run it as a service, so I configured it like this, and then I copied this command, and now I paste it. Let's see what happens. So connected. Now it is listening to the job. So now I show you my GitHub Action workflow file. This is name as ci.yaml. So this is basically a React Java Spring Boot full stack application, and this part is for like backend. This is Java Spring Boot part, and this is front end using React. Okay, after that I am pushing my uh, Docker images to the GitHub container registry. Okay, so if I push my code to the master branch, then this part of the code will be executed, and if everything is fine, then my repository, uh, my Docker images will be pushed to the GitHub container repository. Okay, so now it is running. Okay, so this GitHub action is it is connected. Okay, so now I make a small change, and then I push my code to the GitHub. Okay, now I made a small change. I created extra space and paste in Docker. Here it has nothing to do with Docker. It is just a name of a step. Okay, and now I am pushing it to the GitHub. So my code is pushed to the GitHub. Now I see in the settings. It is connected. and it is showing. Oh no, it's running pretty good. Normally, this must be shown as active. Ah, it is showing active now. So yeah. Okay, so now build is getting created. We have to wait for some time. Okay, but this is the best place to have overview what is happening with our build. Oh, I mean CI pipeline. So now it is getting um, backend from Spring Boot backend is getting built, and then hopefully front end will be built, and then Docker. So it might take some time. So we just watch it. Let's see what is happening inside it. Okay, this is setting up Java 21. Okay, okay, so build time is around 3 minutes, which is not good because this is a very small application. But as the system is self-hosted, so that might be a reason why build time is 3 minutes. But hopefully front end will not take much time. Okay, one more thing I want to share that to start this application, I was using like Dockerized database, and to work with this kind of setup, it is important to have Docker containers running and all your containers which are dependent on this application, like backend is dependent on the Dockerized database that must be running. Okay, for example, uh, this is all containers are running. Okay, so okay, so now we can take overview from here because it might take some more time, this Docker stuff, because there are many things involved in it. So from here we can have a look at it like this, and we can also see like checkout. Okay, then image prefixes getting prepared. Log into GHSR. GHCR means GitHub Container Registry. Okay, so it seems not too slow because I created build before, it was taking a lot more time, but let's see how much time it takes. So we can see that front end took 55 seconds, back end to around 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 151 seconds. And let's see how much time this Docker step will take. So there are some warnings I'm getting to. Okay. So it's 1 minute 55 seconds. Yeah, it will go beyond 2 minutes, I think. Yeah. Okay, it is still not too far. It is pushing backend image. Okay. So first it push backend image, then hopefully it push front end. So yeah, this is taking more time than even backend. So Docker build time is more than the build time of backend because it is doing more work than backend. It is pushing image of backend, login first of all, logging, then building, tagging, and pushing two images. So let's see where we are, and oh, we are still in backend. Mhm. So in total, it is like 3 minutes 54 seconds. So it might go beyond 5 minutes. Okay, now probably it's got too many dependencies. Yeah, yeah, because I will be using I'm using GWT for authentication and so forget I have it's GWT for authentication, GWT authentication, and then I'm using Postgres. Mm, okay, that is taking more than 6 minutes. Okay, now I think I'm heading toward front end build. Yeah. So backend image is created. I think it is also pushed, but now it is building and pushing front end image. Okay. Mhm. I think we are almost done. So let's see. Yeah, all limits are 7 minutes 55 seconds. So it's like 3 minutes 54. It's more than 12 minutes 4 seconds. But yeah, at the end we are done with this uh, build, CI build. And now I will explain you complete GitHub action workflow file step by step. Okay, so this is my GitHub action workflow file. So first code is getting pushed to the master branch. Either we push it or we make a pull request. This GitHub workflow will be triggered. Okay, and it is self-hosted. We are running it like self-hosted also. Okay. And we are setting up permission. This permission is required by GitHub container registry. Content is red and package is the right. This is the backend step. We specified name as backend Spring Boot. Okay. Popularity we could also write Java in Spring Boot. Okay. And run on we set as self-hosted because it is self-hosted. Otherwise, we could set up environment like or operating system, for example, Windows or maybe Linux, Ubuntu. Okay, so default like it we are running it on the CMD. The shell is CMD and working directory is CB hyphen analyzer hyphen backend. You can see it. CB hyphen analyzer backend. Okay, and then we have checkout. Then we have like we are setting up Java version. Okay, set up Java is a distribution name Tambourine, version is 21, cache we are caching it. Then we are running the test minus b clean package. Okay, so backend jar. Okay, then we have got front end. Okay, so front end build like it is also self-hosted and shell is CMD. Okay, we also try to set it as PowerShell because you might have seen that I'm running it on PowerShell. If I set up PowerShell, I have to do some extra configuration, which would be some extra lines of script, and I just try to avoid writing that script. I just try to write it CMD so things would get smooth. Okay, so working directory CV analyzer front end as you can see it. Okay, then there's a step users action slash checkout for verify log file path. Then shell is CMD eco workspace. Then setup node 18 actions setup node 4. Here we are setting up cache npm. Node version is 18. Okay. Cache dependency path is cv analyzer front end package hyphen log. Okay. So we're installing it via npm ci. Ci stand for clean and install. Then we are creating a build. Okay. We are setting path like this. However, I noticed that we must not set it like this. We could set cv analyzer front end. Okay. But here we have already configured. This is the working directory, so it won't make a big difference. Okay, now we have got a Docker. It is just a name because earlier I planned to push these Docker images to the Docker Hub, but later I thought let's try GitHub container registry. Okay, so because I already have a code there, so why should I not put images in GitHub container registry? That's what I thought. Okay, but to run this script, I also need Docker uh, desktop installed and running on my system. Okay, so here it needs backend and front end, and it run on self-hosted. Permission is read and write same. And then I set up configuration like this GitHub repository owner that it will get, and this is the configuration for PowerShell. Okay, and then we log into the GHCR login. So in PowerShell we are executing this command. First, this is the first command. Then we are setting up prefix, and then we are making prefix into lowercase, so some collisions, some kind of confusion will not happen, for especially for image prefix. So this is basically a requirement for GHCR, and names must be in the lowercase. Okay, the image name. Okay, then we log into the GHCR with GitHub token. Okay, so here is a GitHub username, and this is a GitHub token. So with this, we are able to log in to the GHCR. Then we are creating a build. Then we are tagging it. Yeah, we are tagging the Docker image, and then we finally push the Docker image. Okay. This is a step Docker build push. Okay, this is the we are pushing the backend image, and here we are pushing the front end image. Okay, this is the context. This is the name of Docker file with the help of a Docker image, and then we finally push build, tag, and then push. Okay. Normally we have specified it as latest because it is just an example. When we do in the production environment, we must specify the version number, so it won't create confusion later. Okay, it is just a basic introduction of GitHub Action, how it works, especially in self-hosted environment. We also notice some challenges. Okay, now I show you how I specified secrets. Okay, so for example, here I can set up registry password and username. However, I'm not using it in this code. Okay, because all these things it is getting automatically. Earlier, I was thinking to use GitHub Action, Docker Hub as a container registry. In that case, I have to push image to the Docker Hub. So for that, my GitHub Action workflow must authenticate to the Docker Hub, and then it would build, tag, and push image to the Docker Hub. So in that case, I needed username and password. Okay, as you can see, most likely, yeah, I'm not even using it. Okay, this is a small explanation of self-hosted GitHub Action, and yeah, this is all I wanted to show you. I'm just thinking, did I miss anything? Okay, so there are some permissions for this video. This is not too important. Okay, and what else we can do? Remove. Okay, that's what we don't want to do. And it is highly advisable to do self-hosted GitHub action to create self-hosted GitHub action only for private repository, because if you do it for public repository, it will be expensive to you, expensive in terms of resources. Okay, and there are chances to have some more attacks on your system, because if somebody fork that repository, and then that person can impersonate as some other user, or could try to cause damage to your system. So it would be a good practice to use self-hosted GitHub Actions only for private repository. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I wish you a very nice day.